So hi everyone, this is Amit Banerjee once again, and here we come back to the last module of IMC, that is Integrated Marketing Communication. So here we are going to talk about some of the 15 marks question, that is of the more descriptive questions, right? I've tried to cover some of the important questions related to each of the module, right? We will not go to the in-depth of the answers. The in-depth of the answers will be available to you in the PDF which will be provided to you. I'll just highlight the bullet points and how the answers should be given, right? So let us take up the first question. Explain the concept of IMC, its features and the role of IMC in marketing. Discuss its evolution, reasons for growth and IMC planning process. Elaborate on the communication process, hierarchy effect model. So basically it talks about all the components of the IMC, right? It talks about its features, it talks about its role, it talks about the hierarchy, it talks about the evolution, right? It talks about the communication process, it talks about it. So when you're giving these answers, right, create sub-paragraphs for each of these responses. That's the first rule. Don't write in a continuous set of questions, answer responses. Create sub-paragraphs for each of the part of the questions they have asked for. So let us say the first part they have asked for the introduction of IMC. So if you see, my response is related to the introduction of IMC, right? Explain the concept. So you given definition of integrated marketing communication, right? It's basically the definition of IMC, right? It talks about the strategic coordination of various promotional tools, marketing efforts, and deliver consistent message, target audience, all marketing channels, direct marketing, right? And integrate to unified messages. Basically the definition of the IMC. So you're creating that platform of the response. Now what is the next one they talked about is the features of IMC. Now see, when I am responding to the features of IMC, again it's very important part is that you should respond with the bullet points, right? That bullet points are very important. The consistency, coordination, customer centric approach, synergy, measurement, right? Again comes in a very synchronized and a very chronological manner. For each of the point, please explain at least in one or two sentences. Give it in one sentence only. Just explain the meaning of what you understand by the word called customer-centric approach, right? Basically, every activities of a company is related with the giving customer at the center, right? So, first, how did we start? We started with the introduction, we went to the features of IMC, now we move on to the role of IMC in the marketing, right? Again, another part of the question which is given, what is the connect of IMC in the marketing? So, how does it impact? It impacts brand consistency, it impacts the improved customer experience, it effective resource utilization, right? It increases the brand loyalty. All these things have been provided in your modules, I guess, right? So you can refer to this document, you can see the way I have responded. I have taken each of the subtopics of one paragraph. For each subtopic, I have given the relevant wordings. And with each of the wording, there is one sentence. So there is a breakup which has to happen so that it is easily understood by the examiner, right? So that they understand that your concepts are clear related to this. Again, coming to the next part of the question, we talked about the evolution of IMC. So I have given the highlight that evolution of IMC, how it has changed, right? Technological, we talked about technological advancement, we talked about consumer behavior, we talked about competitive pressure, right? Technology has given a new angle to the IMC as a whole of the organizations, right? Consumer behavior is impacting the IMC every single day. Competition is another which creates a very key factor in creating integrated marketing communication plan for any organization, right? Moving to the next part, continue with the same answer. Again, a subtopic, reason for growth of IMC, right? Why integrated marketing communications are increasing, right? Media fragmentation, globalization, increased consumer reaction, technological innovation, right? Every single thing is important. Again, highlight the subtopics, give one or two sentences to example. Say that, for example, how globalization is impacting the IMC, right? As business expand international, IMC has to deliver consistent message in multiple regions and languages. You are using a digital platform, right? And today you can use multiple languages and you can reach n number of audience across geographies, right? So you are basically explaining the reasons for why this is growing. Coming to the next part of the same question, IMC planning process, right? Now, probably this question may not come so much of descriptive, right? You can talk about, okay, please help us to understand how has IMC changed, what is the evolution, right? And please talk about the planning process, right? Please talk about the IMC planning process. So there you have to segregate those few paragraphs out of it, right? I hope all of you have understood. So I'm giving you a very descriptive answer. You may find basically this big question, question number 1 can be broken into 2 or 3 small pieces, right? Understanding is define, describe, explain. Define, describe, explain. Define, describe, situation analysis, setting objective, strategy, development, and then explain, right? Communication process, right? There is a part of this. The questions was seeking about what is a part of the communication process. So he would talk about sender, message, medium, receiver, feedback. Again, define, describe, explain. Define, describe, explain. Right? Define the process, describe what are the key components to it, and explain in 1 or 2 words. We also talked about the IDA process, right? I described this IDA process in the earlier video. Right? This is a very important part. So again, you put down the words, define the statement, and you put it into this individual segmentation. Right? Try to give some relevant example. Hierarchy of effect policy. If you see this question is, I've tried to cover every single aspect of IMC through this questionnaire, so that even if it comes in a fragmented part, you're able to highlight which part to pick up. Right? Establishing objectives and budgeting, right? So, what are the promotional objectives, sales versus communication objectives? We have got the diagram model we talked about. This is a very important model, right? Defining advertising goals for measured advertising results, right? These models suggest marketing communication should have clear measurable goals such as raising awareness, generating interest, and driving action, right? This is a very important part of the IMC process, right? So, these are the part of the budgeting part, right? Establish objectives and budgeting. So you can talk about all these things. New trends in IMC which are coming up, right? What are the new things which are coming up in IMC? You can include personalization, interactive content, influencers, right? Influencers are playing, influencing marketing is playing a very big role in today's integrated marketing communications. Budgeting approaches, we talked about in some of the videos, right? Percentage of sales method, probability parity method, affordable, these are all given in your books, right? So what we have picked up the right choice of words, we have tried to explain it with some relevant examples, right? So typically in the 15 marks questions, they may talk about basically the question may have 2 or 3 parts to respond, right? So pick up one part, create a subtopic, with the subtopic define the subtopic, from the subtopic create 3-4 variables which is going to connect to the subtopic. And from each of the variables, each of the parameters, create a definition with an example. Very simple way to respond. Okay. Coming to the next type of question. Again, this is a part of your integrated marketing communication, which is called the sales promotion, right? So discuss the concept of sales promotion as reasons for rapid growth, objective tools, techniques in consumer trade promotion, and the role of sales promotion IMC. Now see. This is a very integral question, right? So here it has got various parts. It talks about describe the concepts of self promotion, reasons of its rapid growth, right? Objectives, tools and techniques, trade promotion, and the role of sales promotion. So this is going to be a very descriptive answer. But it can also happen that this question may come in little broken form. For example, they may ask that, okay, please talk about the objectives, types and tools and techniques of the consumer and the trade promotions, right? Instead of asking such a big question. So this answer covers more or less all the parts of the question which you asked. So what you can do is that you can segregate this response into 2-3 questions, right? So that it becomes easy for you. So probably you can talk about understand sales promotion, reasons for rapid growth and objectives at one part, tools and techniques on the part, right? And the role of sales promotion on the third part, right? How you can understand. Again, how you are doing it, you are defining introduction to sales promotion. This will be given in a PDF, right? You can understand from there. So you talk of introduction, you talk of In reasons of rapid growth, right? Why sales promotion is growing in today's world so rapidly? Very simple common sense, right? Increased competition, consumer behavior, short-term focus, economic factors, increased media exposures, right? And today competition is very high. People, consumer behavior is changing, correct? Short-term focus, people try to get high in a short-term angle, right? Economic factors, a lot of economic uncertainties coming in the entire world, correct? Plus media exposure, every day the media is giving ideas, new ideas, right? New features for products are coming up, right? So if my marketing communication is not so strong, what is going to happen as a brand? I'm going to erode away. Coming to the second part, objective of sales promotion. So what are the objective? Obviously, sales volume, attracting new customers, increasing brand awareness, increasing product trial, brand switching, customer loyalty, right? So this, again, if you see the way the answer has been given, right? I created a subtopic, and for each of the subtopic I have given the responses, right? This is how you have to answer in a 15 marks. Do not write an essay. I repeat my statement, do not write an essay. It has to be legible for the examiner to understand your bullet points, right? So keep it simple, keep it to the point, right? Types of sales promotion. So what are the different type of promotions? We talked about consumer promotions, right? Now you are again segregating the types of promotion. Coupons, samples, rebates, contests, sweepstakes, loyalty programs, bundling. We talk of trade promotion. We also talk of trade promotions, right? Trade allowances, dealer contests, trading programs, corporate advertisement. See, here again you are creating the subtopic and again you are bifurcating into small segmentations, right? For POP purchase, right? Tools and techniques of consumer trade promotion, another subtopic. This was a part in the asking the question, right? If you remember the tools and techniques for sales promotion, right? So here you are talking of tools for consumer promotion, price reductions, incentivizing immediate purchase, right? So here the responses were given in the merit and demerit part. So moment you are using a tools and techniques for any particular sales promotion, has got a plus point, is also got a minus point. So let us say if you are creating price reductions, what can happen? It can attract the people immediately, right? Price sensitive customers. On the other hand, it can erode your brand's image, right? People will try to understand such product types, right? Coupons, right? What is a coupon? You are creating immediate loyalty, right? I go, I get a coupon, I can redeem it, right? But on the other hand, in the long term, it may get affected, correct? Contests and switches generates excitement, but results in short-term cost of prices can be high. Very nice, absolutely. So today I am creating a contest, coming up with something and I'm giving some expensive gifts. So that's a cost to my entire budget, right? Sampling, right? Sampling is very much example in the paints industry. Right? Sampling is very important. It helps people to actually see how the paints has been applied. On the other hand, it may be expensive. Might not always work. Loyalty programs. So it has given in the merit. This is a very nice way of responding to the question. So you are creating a merit demerit analysis of the tools and techniques, right? So this goes on for the dealer trade promotions, trade allowances, dealer contests, right? Corporate advertisement. Coming to the next part of the same question, if you remember, it was talked about, right? Role of sales promotion IMC program, right? How the sales promotion helps in integrated marketing communication. So again, you define it, then give the supportive answers. It supports advertisement efforts, it creates brand awareness, increases customer interaction, reinforces marketing tactics, measurement of effectiveness, right? It creates a lot of impact of the IMC, right? So if you have seen the last two questions, right, whether it was the introduction to the integrated marketing communication or it was on the part of the sales promotion, two things are very much visible. There are different segments to the answer. So how should we approach? Take each segment, define the segment, create subtopics. With these subtopics, write down what are the relevant pointers and have one-liner examples for them. Coming to the third module of your integrated marketing communication, which talked about the public relations, right? Which talks about the public relations. Again, the question is very elaborative, very descriptive. Its objectives to describe the concept of PR, its objective tools, right? tools and techniques used in PR, the merits and demerits, explain the scope and type of corporate advisor, role of PR in INC, and the different types of publicity, right? If you actually break this question into multiple parts, you will get again different small segmentation, right? So I have responded to this question again in that way. So I started with the introduction, right? How it has got introduced. Okay, what is the new role? What is the new role of PR? Okay, so we have first reviewed the definition of PR. Then we move to the new role: digital PR, crisis management, relationship management, brand building, content creation. Then we move on to the objectives. Okay, what is the purpose of a PR, right? What is the objective of a PR, right? What is the main goal? So it creates a brand image, it enhances credibility, it creates and helps us to make crisis management, influences public opinion. Again, for each of them, try to give one sentence response. Okay. Tools and technique. Again, it has been given in the merit part, right? So, for example, we are talking about press release. What is the merit of a press release? What can merit and demerit of a press release? If you talk about media relations, right? What is the merit? What is the demerit? This is a very nice way of responding to questions. The people are, the reviewer gets an understanding that you have understood the concept of the topic what you are discussing, right? Now again, coming to the third part of the question, if you remember that they talked about the corporate advertising, right? The scope and types. So scope of advertising, now you talk of the scopes, right? Analysis, establish and enhance the overall image, aims to improve corporate identity, supports other business objectives, right? That is the scope. Types of corporate advertising, right? This is a very important part of the PR part, right? What are the different types of corporate advertising? We talk about image advertising, advocacy advertising, financial advertising, recruitment advertising, public service advertising, right? So these are important things. Again, please explain in one single line. This PDF will be available to you. So with this PDF you can get basically the descriptive pointers. I am just highlighting the main points. Role of PR in the IMC program, right? How does PR helps us? Again, define it. Go to the brand building, enhancing credibility. Okay. So types of publicity. So what are the different types of publicity? Very, very important part of the data publicity question, right? So positive publicity. Okay, a company, how you are doing it, basically you are creating a given example. A company launching a new environmental product might receive positive publicity through the media coverage of eco-friendly initiatives, right? Today the world is moving towards eco-friendly sustainability people are talking about, correct? So a company is coming up with a very sustainable product or eco-friendly product, right? It may create a very good feeling with the audiences. So that is called the positive publicity. Negative publicity, a company facing major product flaw or environmental violation. Right, so that is what is called a negative publicity, right? Crisis publicity is basically there is some unwanted scandal or issue which has happened, right? So you have to tackle it. So former producer or during the time of crisis, the company must manage and mitigate the effects of negative situation, right? If you remember a few years back, Maggie, one of our favorite products, they suffered a severe blow. Right, because somewhere there was understood that the constituents of the Maggi is not very healthy, right? And the sale of the product dipped like anything. So the company had to come up with a very strong PR activity to regain the brand image. Event publicity, media publicity, these are few of them. Media publicity is basically where you're talking about the whole brand. The CEO getting interviewed by a popular news outlet. You must be seeing a number of times. Okay. Coming to the question number 4, again the module on personal selling. Discuss the concepts of personal selling, direct marketing, the objectives, types of tools and techniques. Right. So typically this will be the type of questions which is going to come up for your modules. So here you need to have a little in-depth knowledge of that particular topic. Okay. So here you need to understand every single aspect of the personal selling, direct marketing. Then only you will be able to elaborate it. So you start with the introduction to personal selling, you ask define direct selling, right? objectives, right? Brand building, closing sales, customer satisfaction, promoting new products, feedback, types of personal selling. You need to understand these are the very important for transactional selling, right? Where a single sales transaction has a long-term relationship, right? It is low income products. You go to a shop, buy a chocolate. It's a transactional selling. You go to a shop and buy a writing pen, okay, gel pen, right? It's a transactional selling. It doesn't involve too much of relationships. It's just buy and take, buy and get and buy, right? Relationship selling is basically, where you are spending a lot of time. It depends on you buy an automobile, car, right? You just not go to the shop and okay, give me this car. It's not going to happen, right? It's a relationship building. You will have to trust the brand, the people who are selling these things. Consultative selling is basically, where you try to take guidance from the people. So let us say one person is buying a life insurance policy, right? Most of us don't understand the financial implications of it, right? Or I'm buying a mutual fund, right? Or I am trying to invest in a share. So I will try to take the expert opinions of the people who are expert in those fields, right? Tools and techniques of personal selling again comes with the merit and demerit, right? Sales presentations, meetings, sales demos, follow-up calls, sales. And go through these responses. It is going to give you a lot of insight of how to respond to the questions. Direct marketing again. So you have come from the personal selling, go to the direct marketing. You define direct marketing. What are the objectives of direct marketing? Types of direct marketing, right? Again, for the types of direct marketing, you have given certain. I have tried to give some examples so that you are able to justify your answers, right? Tools and techniques. Every tools and techniques comes with the merit and the demerit, right? Every tools and techniques comes with the merit and the demerit, right? Coming to the question number 5, the module of advertising in your ILC. Right? If you see the question, it is very descriptive question, right? It covers more or less all the concern factors of your advertising module, right? It talks about concepts of advertising, features, role in marketing, relationship with the promotional mixes, various forms of advertising, advertising industry, advertising agency, structure, functions, composition. If you can see the entire world of advertising has been included in the question. Now, if you look into this question, possibly such a descriptive question will not come. But yes, if you can break it up into 3-4 questions, right? This is where this inputs will be very helpful, right? You can break it up into 2-3 segments. Okay, concepts, features, role, and relationship, right? You break up into one question. Second question is various forms of advertising, right? Types of industry, types of agencies, right? Their role, their functions, their compensation models. That will be the second part of the question. That will be possible 15 marks question. Allow the creative strategies, message appeals, execution. So this is more of the execution part. So that is the third question, right? So this is how you segmentize when you are reading this PDF, right? So possibly you can break this big question into 3 possible questions as I explained. So again you start introduction, features, right? You move on role, relationship, various forms, okay, with an example, right? How does the advertisement industry look like? Again with some examples, right? Food service we talked about, specialized agents, right? In-house, right? Structure, role of ad agencies, agency compensation, right? There are different ways they get compensated. Someone works on commission, someone works on fee, someone works on performance, right? Evaluation, designing, how the design happens, creative process, research, brainstorming, content development, developing creative aid, right? So if you, once you get this PDF, as I said, break this big question into 3 different parts, right? Each part will be a type of a 15 marks answer, right? So this is how you create the response to this question. Execution frameworks, right? Try to give as many examples as possible the way I have given in the responses, right? The more the examples, real-time examples you give, more the answer will be relevant to the audience. Okay? Coming to the next set of questions, discuss the media strategy. So this is the module with respect to the media strategy. Again, it covers the entire part of the media strategy, right? It talks about media planning, media buying, media mix, coverage, reach, frequency, impact, scheduling, different types of media, characteristics, limitations, describe the factors influencing the choice of the media, every single aspect of the media part, right? Again, when you look into this question, rather than looking at the wholesome question, break it up into 2-3 parts, right? Possibly you can look into the first part of define media, define objective of the media, right? Media buying, media mix, coverage. Then you can talk of the impact and scheduling, different types of media. Last time you can cover the characteristics and the advantages and limitations. So again we start with the introduction, we start with media planning, we talked about this thing in the short term answers, right? Setting objectives, target audience, media research, media selection project. We talk about media buying, how you are doing a media buying, right? We talk about negotiation, booking, optimization, right? We talk about media mix, right? So what are the different type of media mix? What is the media mix? It talks about combination of different media types. Television, radio, print, outdoor, used in a campaign. So some companies may come up with a part digital, part television. Some companies may come with a part TV, part print, right? So that depends on the strategy of the organization's amount of money which is available, budget constraint, target audience, campaign objectives, right? Coverage. Right, here I try to give an example with every example, right? How does the scheduling look like? So scheduling is a technical part of your advertisement part, right? So how does the scheduling looks like? What is the meaning of a continuous scheduling? You give an example. Ads run throughout the campaign duration and maintain constant visibility. Example, brand may run every day of the month, right? A soap brand is coming up every day of the month, so there is a continuous scheduling, right? Give an example. You must be seeing every single day, okay? Pulsing is basically for a specific period, right? It doesn't come the entire year. It is considered towards a very specific period. Types of media, we talked about television, radio. So here you talks about advantages and limitations. That was a part of the question. Now very important, read the question very carefully, right? In certain part of the questions they may talk about, if you are talking about media, give the advantages and the limitations. So do mention the advantages and limitations. In some part they talk about the merits and demerits, right? So you do talk about the merits and demerits. In some parts they may talk about give a real-time examples. So please make sure you give some real-time examples. Okay? So there are the different parts, function of the media, delivery of message, engagement, action inducement, right? So that covers the question number 6. Question number 7. Explain the concept, types, implementation, benefits of a digital marketing. Now again there is a part of a module, right? Digital marketing. If you see again there is a very detailed question. In the question talks about concept, types, implementation and benefits. Right? So you can break it up into 2 set of questions. Right? They can say okay, explain concepts and types, or you can talk about implementation and benefits. Right? So make a permutation combination. So this answer will give you an overall holistic picture how to respond to all these questions. So start with the concept. Start with the introduction, okay? Start with the introduction. Create a concept. So digital marketing. So this is nothing but a very theoretical aspect of the digital marketing. You have to understand and possibly write down the definition of digital marketing. You know exactly the way it has been written in the book, right? So it's an umbrella term that encompasses various marketing activities through online and electronic platforms, right? So you have to basically put down those words. Okay? Then we move on to the types of digital marketing, where you talk about SEO. Okay? Again, see if you see their responses. They talked about the concepts and techniques that was given in the question, right? That was given in the question. So I have segregated the answer into concept and techniques. Be very careful to respond to what you have been asked for. That is my very important message. Okay, so when you are reading this PDF, when you respond to the questions, first understand the question very clearly, with clarity. Are they asking about the concepts of the implementation? Are they asking for merits, demerits? Are they asking for the advantages and limitations? Are they asking for real-time examples, right? Or are they asking for the definition, right? Respond accordingly. Email marketing, again concept of technique. Content marketing, again concept of technique, right? Affiliate marketing, this goes on, right? Online relations, we are talking about different types of media, right? Online, mobile, right? Digital marketing, right? So how does digital marketing is implemented? What is a roadway, right? So we talk of target audience, setting clear objectives, choosing the right digital marketing channels, creating content, designing. Okay. So for each of the pointers, you have given 1 or 2 sentences explanation, right? Come down to the benefits. Again, that was asked in the question. Okay, and you finally end up, right? So if you have to summarize this digital marketing part, we broke up the question into 4 distinct parts, and accordingly we have responded. So create the first part, define, identify the subtopics, find out what they have exactly asked for. Is it very demerit, limitations, advantages, examples, right? Or definitions, and try to respond accordingly. Coming to the 8th module of your IMC, that is the search engine optimization. If you see, it is a very elaborative question, which talks about explore the concept of search engine optimization, right? Its key components include the SEO operators, role of website, file name, design layouts, optimize layout, keywords optimization like meta tag, title, other optimization. Every single thing has been covered out there. Every single thing related to the SEO has been covered out there. So this question may not come in such a huge descriptive manner, right? So this is basically why a question wise module. So you can break this question into multiple segments, right? So you can talk of SEO and its key components, okay? How SEO operates, that is a part, right? What are the other optimization techniques, right? And SEO techniques for mobile optimization, that will be other parts. So break this question into 3-4 parts. That will be easy for you to respond. I have given a descriptive response out here. Move for the introduction, classification, basic SEO steps, components, right? Components still going on. Okay. Meta tag optimization, word training, right? Components of it, right? Meta tags was asked in the question, right? Title optimization, and so we are talking of different types of optimization, right? Mobile SEO techniques was one part of the question. We are talking about this as separate. So expect a question from this separately. Possibly expect a question from a mobile SEO technique. Expect a question from optimization, right? So this may be a problem 15 marks answer. Okay. So key components of SEO, that may be a 15 marks answer. Okay. SEO and types of SEO, right? That may be a 15 marks answer. I hope all of you are understanding, right? So this is how you have to segregate it. And okay, and this is the last part of the integrated marketing communication that talks about the social media. Again, it talks about social media as a marketing tool, role of brand awareness, social engagement, business growth, overview of popular platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Google, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? Again, different sub-segments in it, right? So start with the social media, right? Create the importance. Once you have created the importance, right? You create what are the marketing strategy, what are the different marketing strategy of social media, right? So when you're creating the marketing strategies, right? What are the different types? So this may be a separate question by itself. So this will be a very specific question. What are the different social media marketing strategies? So that will be a specific 15 marks question, right? So here you have to be a little careful about. So you define it, create the subtopics, then move on. Okay? Define it, create the subtopic, move on. Give the examples, relevant examples of Facebook, influencer marketing, whatever is there, syllabus, right? AP analytics, it goes on. It talks about different type of how you are getting creative social media. So you give these examples: Instagram marketing, right? You talk of Google Plus. You talk of Twitter marketing. So this is another question which has actually come up. Okay, so this is another question: growth of business through Facebook, or rather using the word called growth of business through the social media, right? How you can use it. This is called the platform-specific marketing strategy. So this is another 15 marks. Question that you have to draw specifically, right? So this goes on and you create the answer, right? So this is how it is. So if I have to summarize this session of the elaborate descriptive question, that is a 50 marks question. First thing is that understand exactly what is being asked. Okay, read the question very carefully. Try to find out the key words which has been asked in the question. Right. So as I said, somewhere they may ask for the definition and the explanation. Somewhere they ask for the advantages and limitations. Somewhere they may ask for the merits and demerits. Right. Or they may ask for 2-3 subtopics as a whole. Right. So how do you do it? Define it, describe it, explain it.